Hello everyone, I'm Jack and I'm back. And we're finally getting back to working on car stuff. In this case, it's the Grullon trying to fix, I don't know, about a dozen things that are wrong with this car. So, one of them is the fuel pressure deal, in that it has 55 pounds when you turn on the key like it's supposed to, but as soon as the car starts, it jumps up well over 100 pounds. Since it's an electrical pump, that shouldn't happen at all, so I have no clue why it's happening. So there is a fuel pressure regulator that is built into the filter. So I bought a replacement filter. This is the old one with the little blue fittings. This really should have come with some of those plastic pieces, but it didn't. I can steal them off of there though, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, so if you look at this, one line is bigger than the other. The one on my left, your left, is a 3/8 inch line, which is the inlet line. And then the other line is a 5/16, which is the return line. So what happens is fuel comes in the inlet line, pressure builds up in the entire fuel system, and the return is supposed to relieve any pressure above 55 pounds or 58 pounds and return it back to the tank. Obviously, that's not happening. All right, so the new one is the same. So let me make sure. Yeah, the big one, 3/8, is on the outside and the return is in the middle. So here, the 3/8 is on the outside. If I flip the same direction, there we go. 3/8 is on the outside and the return is in the middle. All right, so to test, what I did was I put this up to my mouth and I blew through the 3/8 line. When I do that, it's straight through. When I blow on the smaller return line, I can't blow on it. And if I could blow 55 pounds, I'm assuming that if I blew on this and plugged up that air would come out here. But I'm not capable of doing that. So we'll just trust that that's the case. Actually, we're going to test it when we hook this up. All right, so the first question is, one of the first questions. Oh, and I got these tools to remove these clip things, because I've never had to deal with these before. Everything I've worked on the past extensively has been older cars, and they didn't use these. They just used the plain AN. So the question is, did they hook the proper line up to the proper place? So if I look at this, I see that this one on our left is the smaller of the two, the 5/16. The one on the right is the bigger one, the 3/8. So when I go turn on the key, fuel should come out of the 3/8 inch line, but not out of the 5/16 inch line. Oh, and this thing barely worked on this connector. You can see there's barely enough room. So these connectors, to work consistently in the future, are going to require shortening a little bit. But I'll do that later. Luckily, I was able to squeeze this right here with my fingers by putting it in the right position. I had no earthly idea what was underneath there, but after I get it out, I can see that you simply squeeze these two things together and it makes it to where it can come in and out of the connector. All right, so here's the rest of the set. Again, they're going to need to be shortened, because if we look at this, you can see that that's too long. It has to be able to go over that and down, and it simply won't fit. All right. So if I can I have to get the key, turn it on, and see which line the fuel comes out of. So this will take just a second.